Yeah, I guess just to start us off, Coach, just general takeaways from this game, maybe like an opening statement on it.
I thought we came out in our first quarter. We were aggressive. We executed the game plan. I thought we played well on both sides of the basketball. And then, obviously in the second quarter, we didn't do anything we were supposed to. And then we came back out and fought really hard in the third and the fourth. And I thought by us mixing up our defenses and just staying aggressive, we scored at a higher rate because we were really pushing it and sharing it. When we get in transition, I think we're really hard to stop. And so we slow ourselves down is the problem. And we got to stay in that attack mode. When we're attacking and we're not pausing. I tell them all the time, when you take out the pause, we're pretty efficient. But we got to stop pausing. And I thought we did that for 3 of the 4 quarters.
Bonnie, another double-double for you. Just how good did it feel to get back on track with, I know you put up a lot of double-doubles in the non-conference and now to get one in conference play.
Yeah, it felt good. Obviously, credit to my teammates for helping me. But, yeah, I mean, we lost, so it doesn't really mean too much in the end.
Yeah. From your perspective, what was different in the first, third, fourth quarters when you all outscored them from that second quarter?
We moved the ball. Like, in the second quarter, it was evident, like, everyone watching, we were just not sharing the ball, not playing our basketball and sticking to our principles. So in the first, third, and fourth, we just did that, and we listened to Coach Musick, and we just executed.
Coach, which future conference game matchup do you see being the most challenging for you guys, and how do you guys want to approach that coming into it?
We just take it one game at a time. So our next challenge is going to be Texas and being able to handle their press. I think that's the biggest thing is we have to be able to get the ball in bounds. We have to limit the turnovers, and they're going to push the pace. But, the pace is one thing that I feel like when we play at a high pace and really do push the ball in transition, we're effective. So hopefully that'll play to our advantage. But we have to make sure we're getting the ball in bounds and limiting our turnovers. And like I said, it's the next man up, and that's what we have to be prepared for.
Bonnie, you were the top, scorer and rebounder this game. How do you plan to take that into y'all's next conference game against Texas?
Yeah, I just want to keep crashing the boards as much as I can and just taking the right shots for the team.
Yeah, Bonnie, it feels like for the team, like when it's good, it's really good. When it's bad, it can snowball and be really bad. How do y'all find that consistency out there to where you don't have to have all the, roller coaster of it?
I think we just need to stick to our principles and what Coach Musick tells us. When we go away from that is when we really play some basketball that's not very good. So when we stick to what we're really good at, like pushing in transition, defending really well, we get good results.
Yeah, I guess for you, just in the fourth quarter when y'all start to put together that comeback, just what do you think that says about the team, I guess, they got down by 22 and to get it, I think it was within 6.
Yeah, I think we've always had that fight. We've seen it in the early games in the season, in the non-conference. We've just lost it a little bit, but I'm glad it's come back, and I'm glad we're going to keep fighting. And yeah, you'll see that every game from now on.
And Coach, I mean, in that second quarter, you chose to not, call any timeouts during it and just try and let them, I guess, play through it. I guess what went into that decision to not call any timeouts then?
We had the media, and I thought we kind of had settled down a little bit. And so, I think, I could have called a timeout. Would it have helped? I don't know. But at the same time, sometimes we have to learn how to play through things, and especially when they know. And if they'll just continue to listen like they did in the first, third, and the fourth, we're very efficient. And, and we, say things from the bench all the time, and they just have to be able to listen and execute. And, and we've just got to make sure that we're sticking together and being a unit. I think when we're not a unit, we're not as good, but when we're a unit, we're pretty efficient.
Yeah, and same thing I asked Bonnie, just with the, when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it can get really bad. What do you think your team has to do to fix some of that?
I think be more consistent. I think one thing I thought this week we've had some pretty good practices. We've had obviously some illnesses, some things going around. And so that's kind of, shrunk our practice a little bit because we haven't had a full roster in that aspect. But I think that we've been more efficient in practice. We've been moving quickly. I think we've really got better this week at our guarding, our attacks, sharing the basketball, our shots. So I think when we put that on display, we're pretty good.
And then just some situational things, like I think back to the end of the first quarter, missed a 3 with about 10 seconds left, a long rebound, they got a layup. Some teams have scored at the buzzer a lot this year. Just how do you think that the team fixes maybe that situational awareness to prevent some of that scoring that can change the momentum?
Well, especially when we're running, like if we're going to run a pick and roll or we're going to run something, we have to wait a little bit longer in the shot clock because we can still get downhill with 8 seconds to go and still get a good shot, and we have to understand that. I mean, there's been a lot of games and a lot of situations where we've scored in like 6 seconds or under. So we have to understand that we can take it deeper into the shot clock, so we ensure that. And then, we cut it to 6 and we have, we have a turnover and then we have a missed shot. That's when you have to really capitalize and you have to really own that possession and to be able to get over the hump. And especially, no matter what, any SEC game is going to be tough. Any SEC game is going to be tight. And so you have to be more efficient, shrink our mistakes, and we definitely can't have such a bad second quarter.
Yeah, Bonnie, a losing streak is hard. How is the team doing as far as you still have to show up every day, and how are y'all doing on time y'all do have together?
Yeah, obviously it's hard, but we're sticking together. We're grinding it out. Things like this happen, but yeah, the most important thing is to stay together and just keep grinding and training and working hard.
Yeah. And then tonight there were a lot of travels. Just how do y'all fix the extra steps that you might be having?
It's a great question.
I think the biggest thing is I thought we had more in the first half than the second. And I thought, especially in that second quarter, when we had some mishaps, it's because, like I told him, we have to quit pausing. And when we just attack or we're shooting it, we're efficient. But when we have a pause, then that's where the mishap comes. You don't put the ball down quick enough. You might switch your pivot feet. You might drag your pivot foot. So we have to be more efficient because we practice at a high speed. They practice attack moves every single day. So when they play like they practice, we're efficient. And when, we put the pause in there and you put that pause in there and you second guess and you question, that's where the mistakes come in.
Yeah, you mentioned the illness. How you said it impacted practice in numbers. How widespread was it? Did y'all have enough to scrimmage or anything?
Yeah, we have practice players. So luckily we have practice players, so that helps for us to be able to get some 5-on-5 action. So luckily our male practice squad has been coming in clutch lately. They have been all season, so shout out to them. But they really do a good job of helping us and executing what we need from them in order to help us get better.
Is this recent the players have gotten it, or are they kind of on the mend that you...
They should be on the mend.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it doesn't spread. So, but it should be on the mend, God willing.
Carnegie for them, what makes her such a tough player?
Yeah, well, she's a 3-level scorer, and she hit a lot of threes this game, and just her change of pace is really good too. So she was a challenge to guard, but I'm glad I got to guard her.
Coach Musick, do you guys plan to change your approach to your next game against Texas, or are you guys just going to kind of keep doing what you're doing?
The biggest thing is we have to work on our press break. So that's definitely going to be a little bit different because, like, Georgia didn't press us. So, Missouri, our other last game, they didn't press us. So really working on our press break and taking care of the basketball in that aspect is definitely going to be a different pregame approach because I think that's one of the biggest factors of playing Texas.
What do you think of Vic Schaefer and just the teams that he has since you've watched him through the years?
He's intense. I think his players are a reflection of that. They're always high caliber athletes, very good IQ. They play really hard on defense, especially as soon as they make a shot. They're in. It's amazing how fast they can get up in you and be right on you to deny any incoming pass when you're inbounding it. And then efficient scoring. They've got the bigs inside. They've got Booker, who's a mid range queen, and then Harmon. She can push the ball, and she really is a good distributor, a phenomenal point guard and floor general and leader for them. He's got all kinds of pieces. But at the end of the day, we have to be able to play for 40 minutes. We have to be able to handle pressure. We have to be aggressive. We can't get beat on the boards. And we got to be able to score at a high rate.
And then I'll just end with Bonnie on, y'all have played already, some of the best teams in the nation, and now you have another one coming in soon. Just what do you think that y'all have learned from those games already that you can take into Texas?
Yeah, I think just staying composed and just playing our basketball. When we go away from our basketball, we don't play very well. So just sticking to what we do well and just staying really poised and collected.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Thank you.